Hello world! It's Andrew again from Turo Titans. And you know what's weird? You know what I've been wondering about? That it's almost second nature to say, there's an app for that. That we never really think if the app is safe and reliable. I mean, what, a few years ago when Uber took over the taxi industry, none of us were like, are these drivers like safe? Are they allowed to drive? Nah, we were like, I can get a 2016 Ford Mustang to pick me up at my friend's house, pick me up from a party. Yee. And we just gave her our money. And that was it. And now, we've been hearing about this new app, this Turo app, where you can like rent your car out on the app and somehow make money from it. I mean, that already sounds pretty sketchy. I mean, I've been hearing that Turo is set to revolutionize the car rental industry to be the next Uber and to be the next Airbnb. Well, I've been burned by Uber. I've not really been burned by Airbnb. I've had a good time. But I've been burned by Uber. I mean, some of those drivers, like even some of those customers, are pretty shady, pretty rude. I mean, sure, I can have my car out there on Turo, making me money while I'm just sitting here in my t-shirt and some undies that you think if I have undies on. I might have jeans. You don't know. We will see. No, you won't. Anyways, I mean, sure, I can have Turo out there making me money. Well, sure, I can have my car out there making me money on the platform. I just sit at home, chilling in my undies. But is that even legit? Sounds pretty sketchy that some stranger is going to be in my car, driving it everywhere around Los Angeles, and I just have no real clue. Well, that's why you're here at this video, to see if Turo is legit or if it's sketchy. So let's break down the two most common concerns. The first one, what happens if my car gets into an accident while it's being driven around, while it's being rented out? Now this is the biggest worry for most of us Turo hosts, for most of us car owners on the platform. What happens if our car gets crashed? Let's face it, when we all started out, we all started with our personal vehicle, with our 2009 Ford Fiesta, with our 2013 Honda Civic. We don't really have the money to pay when it gets damaged. I'll sell stuff for cash that I couldn't even afford if my car got into a car crash. $5,000 in damages? Ooh, I can't even pay $500. Where does Turo think I'm gonna get all this money from? Well, Turo comes in clutch in these moments. When your car is first listed on the platform, it's automatically covered under Liberty Mutual's insurance policy, their $1 million full liability coverage. What does this mean? Full liability coverage. In essence, if your car gets into an accident, you're covered, you're protected. But don't try to play Turo as anybody's fool, because if you get into a car accident while you're driving your car around, going to pick up some groceries, Turo isn't going to cover it. Your car is only covered on the platform when it's being rented out by a renter. Now hold on, because you're nobody's fool either. You've been burned by Uber, by the huge commissions that they take. So for offering this $1 million full liability coverage, what is Turo's commission? Is it 40%? Is it 60%? Is it 80%? You would think that giving full liability insurance coverage to random strangers to cover their vehicles when it's being rented out by other strangers would warrant a very high premium. Turo and Liberty Mutual are partnered together to give you the best deal. So what does that mean? That means that the commission cost is only 25%. And if you still think that 25% is too dang high, first, let's put some context to it. One, get around, Turo's biggest competitor takes a 40% commission. And two, what is entailed into this commission? This 25% commission that Turo takes is also your 24/7 full customer service, your 24/7 roadside assistance, and it provides your marketing for your rental car. But if you still think that 25% is still too dang high, why, you can lower it. You can lower the 25% and scale it down to 15 or 10%. But keep in mind, when you lower the commission cut, your coverage also gets lowered. It won't be the full $1 million. It will get reduced. So decide, do you want to make more money up front, or do you want your car covered? And with that, let's move on to the next question. What happens if my car gets stolen? Great, so now you're armed with the knowledge that your car is protected under that $1 million liability insurance coverage. And you also know, because you're smart, that your liability insurance covers your vehicle when it is stolen. So enough said. No, that's because getting your car crashed and getting your baby stolen are two different matters. So let's really dive into how to protect your vehicle from getting stolen. Protection begins with being proactive. Before a renter can even join the platform, they must submit their driver's license for a background check. This check removes all persons who either have a violent history or who are known for car thefts. That being said, it can only do so much. That's because a background check removes repeat offenders, but it doesn't protect against future offenders. Needless to say, even with the strongest wall, people still slip through the cracks. So what does the platform do in the rare chances that your car is stolen on the platform? Like any good person, Turo assumes the best in people. So if a renter is late to dropping off your vehicle, then they are charged an hourly rate times your commission. That's up to a max of 4 hours. Can you see 4 hands? No, you only see 3. To a max of 4 hours. 4 little sausages, 4 little piggies. So when a renter is late, you gain a fee for every hour they are late. Finally, a time that you can charge a fee instead of being charged a fee. I'm still mad at Chase for charging me that overdraft fee. Although the fee is equal to your rental rate, it maxes out at 4 hours. As of that 4 hour mark, Turo jumps into recovery mode. If you want to read the first-hand experience of someone getting their car stolen on the Turo platform, I put a link in the description that goes to a blog article by the Travel Codex and explains Bengali Miles' story. In this video though, I'll be quickly summarizing what Turo did for him. Now there's 4 things that Turo does for you when your car is stolen. First, they assign a personal and specialized Turo agent to your case. Second, they reimburse or pay for any impound fees if your car was found at a tow lot. Third, they reimburse or pay for a new key to be made for your car. Because if your car is stolen, you're probably not getting that key back. And the fourth thing is, they reimburse or pay for your car for if it is completely stolen and it's never found again, or if there are damages to your car when it is eventually found. So throughout this entire experience, Turo will continuously send you emails and updates about your car and your case. If you look at the blog article that I mentioned earlier, link in the description, Miles goes over a few emails that he received from Turo. You should really give it a look. It's a very good read. So finally, the final question. Is Turo legit? Well, the 2 biggest concerns for owners who rent their car on the platform is what happens if my car gets into an accident and what happens if my car gets stolen. In both instances, Liberty Mutual covers your car with that big old $1 million insurance liability coverage. Not just your car, but any bills that may rack up because your car was stolen. And when you rent your car out, just know you're protected. That's also why I'm a Turo Titan. Yee buddy.